So this video is going to touch on relationships, and we're going to go a little bit deeper. Just information that I've been receiving, things that I feel need to be said or should be said. Again, please share the video with anyone you think might resonate with it, and thank you for watching. So it's a really, really important time for getting, not back to basics necessarily, but just back to self-care, self-love, maintaining relationships, especially with people in quarantine and, stores being closed and all that stuff. It's really a good time to rediscover yourself, rediscover your passion, your relationships, again, always starting with self first. And it's a really important time for relationships romantically. The energy that is created from this loving, compassionate place, and of course it's not just romantic, but with family, friends, whoever. It just creates such a good vibe and such a good healing energy that is so needed right now, to keep this new earth energy sustaining and pushing through. So again, love is one of the most healing energies ever. It's kind of like people like kicking you while you're down, or somebody who offers to help, because you're going through hard times. If that person is constantly calling you names and telling you that you're worthless, or you need to do this and that, it makes it harder to want to do it. If somebody's coming from a place of compassion and love, and encouragement, it makes you want to be better. So, there's no better soil to grow from than the kind of, the good energy that comes from a compassionate or loving person. So, so it's just really important that we keep that going. Again, I've spoken about it before in the last video, but it's a frequency, a new vibration that's created by people changing their perspective and becoming more compassionate and more conscious and aware, awake. It's just gonna help the earth. I've watched some of my favorite readers on YouTube recently, and they've spoken about the new earth, and the best way for me to describe it is like identical twins and fraternal twins. Fraternal twins are two eggs that are fertilized at the same time, and then identical twins are one egg, one sperm that splits into two, which is why they're identical. And that's essentially what's happening with the earth, with this energy. It's a separation of that dead, really negative, really dark energy. Not that we want to obliterate the energy or get rid of it. It has to be in order for light to be as well, the light energy. But we have to transmute. And so there is a lot of light workers, or angels, or whatever you want to call them, incarnated on the earth plane at this time to help assist with this. And for some of us, we really have to root our energy and get it really, really anchored down in order to help push this along. And so, it's always a risk for sure, but there's no more risk. It's a matter of just making it happen and continuing to make people aware. It's a really good time for people to get back into things that they love to do, arts and different more creative things. It's such a good time for that creative energy, and it's really important. There's a lot of help coming in from other dimensions, other places, assisting this at this time. I mean, what's going on right now out there is just quite the victory. You know, it's a really beautiful thing, and there's been a lot of it's been noticed, you know, and there are other beings. You might see a lot of like activity that out there that you haven't seen before, or you know, some crazy things happening, and it's more just to help. And it's definitely a really cool time to be on the earth plane. So anyway, so you know, it's a good time to ask for assistance from the benevolent beings of the other dimensions that are here helping assist and protect and guide. Ask your guides, or however you speak with spirit. You know, you definitely it's a lot of protection, and a lot of help right now. So this first card I pulled was Peace. It's Star Sapphire. It's a beautiful stone. I think I actually have one right here. But this is for peace, calmness, and tranquility. And then, of course, Lapis Lazuli. This one is self-knowledge. Lapis Lazuli is also really good for psychic protection and clear communication. It helps with the throat chakra, which is probably something that's really important right now for people to be able to speak their truth. There's a lot of really great throat chakra meditations where, you know, it's just even like the singing bowls and stuff where you don't have to listen to somebody speak. I prefer not to have anybody speak during them, but everyone's different. So yeah, throat chakra and the throat, third eye, and crown chakra are important at this time. I've also got this card. It's Integrity. It's Major Arcana 23 in the Dreams of Gaia deck. I mean, this is about honesty and honor, character, values, morality, sincerity, fairness, walking your talk, being your best self, not allowing injustice. We all live in glass houses, you know, so it's about this is a time for moral and ethical, and holding true to your core values, holding true to yourself, you know, forget what other people think, and you know if you are on the right path or doing something that you should or shouldn't be, and you hold yourself accountable. I mean, integrity is such a great thing to base your life off of, you know. It's a life well lived, at least, you know. So this is in the action space, like just not letting anyone else even tell you what's right or wrong, you know. Again, I said this before, but just because I'm an honest person doesn't mean I can't tell a lie, or that I don't tell a lie, you know. There's situations and circumstantial things that, you know, it's hard to judge or prejudge a situation based off of the past or what you think you know. I mean, a lot of times if you could see a situation for the exact essence of what it truly is, you would treat people so much different than you do. So it's a really important time to be true to your own values, you know. And then here we've got emotions. I love this card. It's like the light and the dark, you know, it's the same girl. A really good time to sever, you know, old emotional baggage and letting go of the past. And this is, it's funny because it's actually in the feeling position. So it's about emotional honesty, acknowledgement, acceptance, expression. Every emotion we feel is necessary. Of course, laughter. Try to laugh. Laughter is always the best medicine. Repression of emotions creates disease. It really does. And again, I can't stress enough how important it is to keep our energy light and loving and kind. I mean, it's just no better time in the history of Earth to be able to laugh and love and play and have a good time as best you can. with everything that's going on. So, cutting away old baggage. Here we've got the Three of Earth. Ambition, this is energy investment, which is what I've been talking about. Preparation for this new earth energy. You know, maintaining intimacy and connections is so important. Time to make your seeds grow. It's springtime. We've planted the seeds. Let's you know, see the crops now. Let's you know, pull this harvest. It's time. Here we've got faith, which is always so important. It's self-belief. This is confidence in yourself and your divine connection. You are connected to the divine on such a big level. Regardless of whether you see or not, it's absolutely, if you're on the planet right now, you are important. You have gifts. Even the most mundane skills or you know, whatever, are absolutely important. Something, you know, so simple could be such a huge contribution to our way of living. This is having faith, and having faith is a beautiful, beautiful thing. You're not alone. You are enough. Doubt breeds mistakes. Be kind and supportive to yourself and others, always. Again, the energy that really connects all of this is, we got this last time, the Four of Water, where, you know, and this is in, the last one was Earth, and it was actually in the Earth position, the foundation. This one is how to connect all these elements, and it's about being confident in your skin, self-acceptance, awareness, knowing how deserving you are. Mistakes are always just opportunities to learn. Loving who you are, quiet confidence. This guy, I mean, he's looking in the mirror, and despite the fact that he's scarred up and has kind of a rough appearance, he regards himself with gentle, with compassion and kindness. And, you know, he knows that his strengths balance, or that all of his strengths balance his weakness. It's a quiet confidence, and knowing that we are always going to have obstacles and challenges, but there's nothing better than looking in the mirror and knowing that, you know what, I made it. I'm still standing. I'm good. I'm human. I make mistakes. That's what we do, and there's nothing wrong with that, and being very compassionate with yourself. And then this one, we've got the As Above, So Below, the 11 of Earth. This is heaven and earth, as above, so below. I mean, we really are bringing so many elements together right now, and it's such a beautiful thing. And these relationships, I mean, I had a kind of a strange email from a lady who was, you know, wanting to talk about this, like, twin flame thing or love, and, like, wanting to, like, you know, be a part of it, and when will she meet somebody, and I don't even know who this person is, but it's not like there's a list that you get to just, like, hop onto. This is a energetic thing. This is when two people, we all have our own, just like fingerprints, we all have our own vibration, our own energy, our unique energetic signature, and it's a matter of two people coming in contact with each other, and the energy's going, oh, you know, wow, together we could really do something, or, you know, it's nature, and those things come together, and it's not like God sits up on a golden throne and says, you know what, I think those two would be a great match, you know. So it's one of those things, you know, and the elements will come together to make these things happen. There's always, it seems like there's so much work to be able to come into, and it's not that you have to be eligible or have to do or be anything other than who you are to be eligible for this kind of love, but it's that you want to be able to properly accept and give back, you know, in a high vibed relationship like that. It's not a matter of being lucky or anything like that. It's a matter of having been through enough in your life that at this point, you know, it's all you would really accept. I mean, going into like sexual relationships and stuff. I mean, these are the types of relationships that, I mean, generally people have been celibate. People are, just ready for something different. We've done it enough times to know, and it's not what it's supposed to be. And we should be able to survive without a partner, and having a partner is just a gift to be able to share, ideas and intimacy with. And really enlightened societies, you only have one partner. But that's where in those societies there's no divorce or broken homes and children without parents, and it's very, very well done. And it's very exciting. It's not, there's definitely not as much up and down energy where, you get the exhilarating highs and the extreme lows. It's more of a, fluid energy that is very light and lighthearted, but it's just very different. And I'm not saying that you should just be with one person your whole life, or that's the way things are going to go, or anything like that, but it does eliminate a lot of the things that we see wrong with the world today. And there's also community. There's huge community, so you never have to worry if you're sick that your kids won't be taken care of, or things like that. So again, really important to kind of reinvent ourselves, reinvent the things that we do, holistic medicines. If we could walk around and heal each other with our hands, or by eating the proper foods that correlate with each body part, or what, there would be less of a need for doctors, but the doctors would be there for, the trauma things and big things. We wouldn't have this medicine overprescription or overprescribing, opiates, which are meant for extreme severe pain, like a gunshot or, something, a car accident, something really impactful on your body, was never meant to be used long term. A lot of addictions created this way. There's just a lot of things that are worth taking a look at this point, and the truth is coming out. You can't stop it now. I mean, it's already coming. We're not alone in the universe. We're not, there's a lot of us on the planet right now that were not originally from here, that are helping, not because we want to come and infiltrate and kill people or do some craziness. We want to help. We're all in this together. We are of higher vibration. We are of different standing, and not that that's better or worse in any way. It's just, it is what it is. It's like oversight. It's, you have to crawl before you walk. It's like a parent to a child. It's like, it's a loving situation. It's a loving mission. It's for peace. It's always been about peace, as far as my people are concerned. And I think that, if you don't know, then, there's going to be a lot of awakenings, a lot of awareness, a lot of new happenings. I've already seen so much of it, and I'm so grateful and so thankful. I hope that we keep going down this path. I hope that we learn to speak our truths. I hope we learn to forgive, not just others, but ourselves first and foremost, and be very, very gentle with yourself and with others, and know that we're going to reinvent the way we do relationships too. I had, again, on my ladies Facebook group, my favorite little group, there's been so many things that it's brought up in me that I want to touch on. First, gender roles. This lady asking about, how she's always never chased men. You know, they need to come to me, and I understand that. I'm kind of a traditional girl myself, but not this day. Not, you know, I have never been one to go after somebody, but we almost have to right now. And, you know, you shouldn't be ashamed of loving somebody. You shouldn't, for women, you know, if someone's worth it, or you feel something, a pull, you know, that maybe they could be worth it, we have to realize that we're undoing some damage. You know, there's damage control that needs to be done right now. All of us have been abused in one way or another. Everybody. I don't think there's a person right now, man or woman, who have not been abused in some way and have trust issues, or have been, or even afraid to love, or even afraid of how they feel. I've had that myself, where it's, you know, in the past, where it's just like, oh my gosh, it's too much. You know, I feel too much for somebody, and that bothers me. It scares me. You know, it gives that person power over me, and all this craziness. Those are things we have to work through, and we have to understand when we're, you know, truly wanting a partner. If you truly want, then it's going to be some work, because there is damage. We've all suffered idiots. We've all suffered through, not idiots, but we've suffered through relationships and being mishandled so many times that the normal is so abusive. So there's only so much healing you can do on your own. You can look at the reflection in the mirror and have a understanding and a compassion for yourself, but you can only take that so far. It's not a weakness to have the need of somebody else's gentle touch or a word to heal you. You can look and go, gosh, I look so good today, and that feels good, but you go out, and then when someone else says, wow, you look really good today, it feels that much better. There's an extra added like joy to that, and you believe it more, because it's not just you saying it, you know. So you know, there's nothing wrong with needing somebody, and there's nothing wrong with us, you know, having to switch up our energies as needed. So, you know, don't be afraid to love. Don't be afraid to take action. The worst case scenario, things don't work out the way you want them to. But would you rather have said that you gave it a shot and it just didn't work out, or that you never gave it a shot? Because I think that would probably stick with you longer. That regret. You know, they say at the end of your life, it's not the things that you did do that you regret, it's the things you didn't do. So life is precious and it's valuable, you know. Let's live. Anyway, thank you. I'm going to try to put another one out. I'm not going to say when, since I haven't put out a video a day. I'm going to do it whenever I feel pulled to. So thank you.